Tonight, we descend.
The last door on the right. They say night shifts are lonely. But loneliness wasn't what unnerved Darren. It was the silence. The kind of silence that didn't feel empty, but watched. He was a contract IT guy, rotating between floors of the city's old Marrow and Bell Insurance building. Most nights, he drank too much caffeine, solved too few problems, and left before the sun could remind him how tired he was. Except lately, he was lingering on floor 9. Nobody told him not to, they just never mentioned it. It wasn't part of his cleaning route. No open tickets. The elevators always skipped it. But if you took the stairs, you'd find it nestled quietly between 8 and 10. He had only wandered up that one time, weeks ago, out of boredom. That's when he saw the hallway. It stretched long and thin, like a spinal cord of humming fluorescence, flickering with the rhythm of breath. The floor tiles were older than the rest of the building, yellowed and cracked. No cubicles. No signage. Just one door. Plain. Matte gray. Unmarked. At the very end. He had stared at it for a while, listening. But nothing came. So he stopped going. Until last night. There had been a knock. Soft. Just once. Like a polite tap. And it hadn't come from his side.
No one should be up there.
He had whispered it aloud to no one, as if trying to convince himself. Still, his legs moved. Still, his fingers gripped the stairwell rail. Still, he climbed. Every step echoing like a countdown. The 9th floor door creaked open before he even touched it. Something was different. Colder. The hallway stretched further this time, like it had grown overnight. The lights hummed slower. The air hung heavy. He stepped inside.
Hello?
Silence replied. He took another step. Then another. His breath fogged slightly, visible in the flickering light. He stared at the door. It was open, just a crack. He had never seen it open. He didn't remember deciding to walk. But he was already there, hand outstretched, pushing it gently open with his palm. The room beyond was pitch black. A cold draft kissed his fingers. Then he heard it. A voice.
You shouldn't be here.
He froze. The voice came from deep within the dark, not angry, just sad. It echoed like it was bouncing off something not entirely physical.
Who are you? What is this?
Silence. Then the sound of movement, slow footsteps, wet-sounding, approaching the door from the other side. He turned to run. But the hallway was gone. Behind him now stood the same door. Only it wasn't gray anymore. It was bone white. Cracked. Covered in claw marks. And he was inside. His flashlight sputtered to life, casting a weak cone forward. He was in an office. An impossibly old one, dust thick on the typewriter, filing cabinets warped with mold. A single photograph sat on the desk, a man and woman, both smiling, standing in front of the same hallway. The same door.
What the hell is this place?
The lights above flickered, but they didn't buzz. They whispered. Voices overlapped, unintelligible at first. Then they converged.
One more.
The door behind him creaked open again. He didn't turn. He knew, instinctively, that looking would make it real. So he ran forward instead. Through the wall. Through the dark. Until the whispering stopped. He woke up at his desk. Morning. Normal. But he couldn't find the 9th floor anymore.
Hey, do we still have access to 9?
There's no 9th floor. Elevator skips from 8 to 10. Always has.
But Darren remembered the cold. The whispering. The child's voice. And worst of all, the photograph. Because it was in his locker now. Same image. Except this time, he was in it. Standing in front of the last door on the right. Smiling. That night, the knock came again. But louder. This time, it knocked his name. One syllable at a time. Slowly. Lovingly. Darren didn't answer. But the hallway is patient. And the door, the last door on the right, is always open. The next night, he brought a coworker. James. Bright, skeptical, overly confident.
What, like haunted or something? Dude, this isn't a horror movie. You probably dreamed it. Sleep deprivation does that.
But Darren didn't argue. He led James to the stairwell. Climbed to 9. Stared at the door again. It was closed now. But something was leaking out from under it. Water?
Maybe a pipe burst. Should call maintenance.
He stepped forward and knocked. Once. Nothing. Twice. A whisper answered.
One more.
You hear that? What the fuck?
The lights blinked out. Complete black. And then a sound like teeth gnashing. James screamed. When the lights returned, James was gone. All that remained was his keycard. Bent. And wet. Darren didn't report it. He couldn't explain it. He just went home and locked his door. But when he turned around, his apartment hallway was longer than usual. At the end stood the same door. Bone white. And someone had scrawled his name on it in what looked like fingernails. The days blurred. People started forgetting James. Like he never existed. Darren checked the employee database. No record. His texts were gone. Even his desk was empty, and no one remembered it ever being used.
I'm losing it. I'm really losing it.
But deep down, he knew the truth. He wasn't going crazy. The building was. No, not the building. Something inside it. Feeding on memory. Feeding on fear. And it lived behind the last door on the right. He had to go back. He had to know. He took the stairs again, alone. This time he brought supplies, a flashlight, chalk, a recorder. The 9th floor door was open. And this time, there were footprints. Child-sized. Bare. Leading toward the door. Darren followed. Inside was different again. It was a nursery now. Or what was left of one. Rusty crib. Rocking horse with teeth. Dolls without faces. And in the crib, a recorder. He pressed play.
Don't listen to it. Don't look. Don't let it smile.
Then static. Then a new voice. Motherly, but hollow.
He's here now. He belongs.
The door behind him vanished. And all the dolls turned their heads. Smiling. He screamed. He ran. But the hallway was endless now. Twisting. Wrong. Each turn brought him back to the same nursery. Each time, the crib was closer to the door. Each time, something was crawling out of it. Eventually, the flashlight died. And he heard breathing. just behind him. Then a hand. Small. Cold. Grabbing his own.
Stay with us. You're the last.
He woke in the break room. Heart racing. Sweating. His supplies were gone. But the recorder was in his pocket. He hit play. Silence. Then a whisper. His own voice.
I don't know who's reading this, but if you found this recorder, get out. Don't open the last door on the right.
The knock came again that night. But this time, it wasn't alone. 12 knocks. Then a pause. Then 13.
One more. One more. One more.
And then, they stopped knocking. Because now, they were inside.